This is a channeling of Danver of the Nordic Pleiadeans. I would like for him to give us an Ascension update, and maybe he would also explain a little about their race in general. Being Scandinavian myself, I find the whole notion of Scandinavian-looking aliens to be rather silly, to say the least, but maybe he'll offer some interesting insights. With no further ado, here's Danver of the Nordics. I am the entity known to you as Danver of the Nordic Pleiadeans. Our race has been in contact with this particular subsection of your planet for a long time. What has been so obscured to you by your ideas and then politics and institutionalizing of racism is that the human body naturally grows to harmoniously express the energies of whatever place it resides. Meaning, what is obvious and natural to you, that a body that is well served in one climate may be very much at odds with a different climate. In that sense, it is of course completely insensible, not to say ridiculous, of you to think that having white skin or any other distinct physical quality should grant you special status in a place where your survival is ill served by the adaptive qualities of the skin. Put in more straightforward terms, you would not like to be a red hair with freckles in the desert, would you? And you would not like to have the long, slender bill of the people of the East African highlands, were you to live near the North Pole, where winters get cold, and you need a roly-poly constitution to hold in the warmth of your hearts. Notice then that whatever body you hold was in the beginning when came from the birth canal, it was as well adapted to the conditions it had been offered to this point as it could possibly be. This is hard for many of you to imagine, knowing as you do that many birth defects or other type of ailments seem to appear in the very young and those born too early. But there was always a necessity to this development, and even the stillborn are fleeing conditions of the future that you could not imagine for them. That being said, you should tie no particular value to the physiognomic appearance of our kind. We are simply well suited for the bluish-white light that dominates the regions of our planet Glink, circling the star you know as Alcyone in the constellation of the Seven Sisters. And so we appear to you much as would your stereotypical Swedish person. From some place near the lakelands of the north, approaching the bogs and marshes of Finland. This sacred blue light we often visit on our journeys to this place to replenish ourselves. And so it is true that we often offer encounters to people in these regions of your planet more often than many other places, though we are active all over. Exactly as your ascension process progresses, you are experiencing these radical transformations to the crystalline grids making up the intersection of your physical skeleton with the spiritual blueprint of your energetic body. It is this energetic body you know as your soul, and that you previously held to be and beheld as eternal. Though it is simply changing harmoniously in accordance with the heavenly spheres, with the greater developments of the spiritual realms, with the great harmony of the awakening deity at the center of all creation. Notice then that your soul too is malleable, And that is why many of your traditions still hold that it can be lost and re-won. There are hells and heavens, purgatories and shadow worlds, different parts of the cosmos stretching wherever. And your soul lends a part of its blueprint to all these worlds to integrate and unite, to love in greater and greater quantity by accepting, recognizing, bringing together, embracing, and then unfolding with the pure delight of even purer awe. You will be struck by the wonders approaching you in your material existence. You see the signs all over, the synchronicities mounting up, the 7s and 11s combining and multiplying, the many 4s stacking atop each other to make 12, 24s, 36, 48s, 60s, 72s. You do not understand the significance of these numbers coming through, but they are still a part of your soul's tutelage, and they exist to teach the infinite part of you about creation in its integrated form of mathematical harmony and apparent free-flowing state of potential chaos. The tiredness you experience is a drain on previous forms of energy that sustained your activity. It is being replaced by newer vibrational codes which offer more satisfaction. This satisfaction you will experience as awakening light in yourself, and this light beaming, becoming self-aware, becoming active, and touching upon the hearts of others. Realize that your current pandemic scare is the negative mirror image of the process of awakening. We are closely tied to you. We are your physical aids in the divine invasion. We are aiding and guiding the light within you to greater harmony and integrity. Everything becomes illuminated, and we are there smiling our loving advice and care for you through these hard times of discovering what you chose to forget to get here and to reawaken. We reiterate this message again and again and again through many forms, words, expressions, and channels, because it is the perennial message of the present as a gift to unwrap with your understanding of your own consciousness. Reflect upon your own wonder and let us lend you your love, for it is well earned, sweet humans. We beam it to you, and you are free to receive it as you wish. Our infinite, eternal love reaches out to you, embraces you, and enlightens you in this beautiful, soft illumination called existence. Be well, our sweet, beloved, offshoot, child, equal in ascension and creation. I am Danver of the Nordics, and we are present with aid, help, and benevolence. Be well.